Hey everyone, welcome back to Reissued. If you're new here, my name is Andrew. I am here in my hotel room in Boca Raton, Florida. You know I've been coming here a couple times a year to dance with Boca Ballet Theater. We have our first show coming up tonight, but I have some time beforehand, so I thought we would do some thrifting. Super casual, old school style thrift with me video. Everything's shot on my iPhone. We're pretty low tech here today. I just wanted to go thrifting today and I thought I might as well take you with me and see what's out there. You may remember that I went thrifting in Boca for the first time exactly 1 year ago when I was here last time. And we hit up a couple different places. The REISSUED store was fantastic here, so we're gonna hit that up again. There's also a Goodwill right next to that. And then there's another thrift store that I'd never heard of that's a little bit further north. So I think we might start there today. I just thought it'd be fun to take you with me today and see what Boca has to offer. Check out my ride. I've been driving everyone around this week, and so I have a lot of capacity, even though there's like maybe 4 of us most of the time. A vehicle this large takes some getting used to, especially when it comes to parking, but I have the keys, and that means we get to go thrifting today. Okay, first stop today is the GoodLife Super Thrift. I mentioned that I've been to the Goodwill and the REISSUED store before, so I kind of know what to expect there, but I wanted to go somewhere today that I had never been before, and I was looking around on Google Maps for different options, and I thought that a lot of the images of the store looked promising. I found in my Chicago thrifting video that the stores that didn't have very good images on Google Maps kind of turned out to be that way in the store as well. So based on what I've seen about the store, it looks large, it looks like it's well lit, it looks like it might have some good stuff, so I think we should go check it out.
Okay, right off the bat, I'm obsessed with this print and color combo. The pillow itself isn't my favorite, but let's file this away as a reference. I can't decide if this art looks fashionable or cheap. Creative or creepy? This wood frame canvas would be an ideal piece to create new artwork over. At this price, I wish I had space to take this home in my suitcase. Nobody does grandma chic quite like Boca. With the right styling, I actually think both of these chairs could be pretty cool. Okay, first great find of the day. The detail and condition of this antique Japanese screen is stunning. My very stylish grandma's house has a couple screens similar to this, and I think that they're such a beautiful way to add pattern, color, and dimension to a bare wall or empty corner. $400 is still a high price, but I think it's still less than you might pay in an antique store. This one's a winner in my book. I also found this white flowery outdoor set to be kind of sweet, and these bold floral prints to be quite luxe. That veranda magazine look isn't necessarily my vibe, but I can see these pieces working really well in a bold Florida home. I had so much fun digging through the clothing in the store. It was a cool mix of classic brand names, 90s and Y2K throwbacks, and weird one-offs. I pulled a couple things that I liked and headed for the dressing room. After all, clothing is the only thing that will fit in my suitcase. Flowy, washable silk Perry Ellis shirt. Total winner for me. This one's gonna be a summer staple. Armani Exchange Safari Vibes shirt. I like the effect, but I'll have to pass on this one since the metal snaps seem to have rusted and stained the shirt. This might be a good candidate for a dye job, but not today. Classic Adidas 3-stripe tee. I like this one a lot, but it's not the vibe I'm going for right now, so I'll pass on this one too. Let's check out the rest of the store. Such a kooky collection of finds here. Amidst more grandma vibes, these painted mugs kind of spoke to me. I'm looking for unique mugs to hang in my kitchen, but I need a set of at least 4. With the silk Perry Ellis shirt in hand, let's head out.
Alright, so that was really fun and kind of a great success, I think. It took me a minute to switch from my thrift reviewer mode that I was in for the Chicago Thrifting Guide video of analyzing every element of the store as opposed to just having fun and seeing what I see. But once I got into a good mode there, it was really fun to check out what they had. I think I mentioned in my last Florida thrifting video, but I find it so fascinating to go to a new place and to get a sense of what that place is like based on what's at the thrift store. South Florida is pretty unique, and then it has this mix of a Latin cultural element and this snowbird kind of thing and this tourist thing and this resort kind of vibe. So it's just an interesting cross section, and it's fun to see that reflected in the thrift store in some ways that actually come up with really amazing finds. So I'm having a blast today. This is great. Next stop is going to be the side-by-side Goodwill and REISSUED. Again, I had a great experience at the REISSUED last time. It's when I bought that leather jacket that another customer kept asking me about and prying me about, and I ended up buying it. But I'm trying to wash away my expectations and go in with a fresh mind and just see what they have this time. It's different every time, so we got to go in with no expectations.
Okay, this coffee table is cute in a Target kind of way. I can't quite tell if it's real marble. It would have to be at this price point. Not the most unique, but I still like this look. Oh hey, empty store. These brass lamps have potential, although I'm not sure how I feel about the black bases, or the price point. This is interesting too. The shapes of the shade and the base are pretty unique, but I'm not sure they work together. This giant canvas feels a bit like a 90s motel or a 90s Taco Bell, but I like the dotted texture and deconstructed landscape vibe. This would be a great canvas to create some new artwork on top of as well.
Okay, so that was super weird. It's one thing when a thrift store is full of crap, but that store had nothing in it at all. I didn't remember it being that way last year. I think there was a lot more stuff. I'm not sure what's going on in there. Maybe it's because the REISSUED is so close by and people would rather donate their stuff there. But even for the clothing section, everything was just empty. It was like a wasteland. So let's move on to the REISSUED and finish out strong, hopefully.
This is so cute. I love Asian antiques. Definitely wouldn't pay $200 for this though. My grandma's house has 2 elephants just like this one with a glass piece on top as an end table in the living room. Absolutely love this one. No price on it yet, but I think it just landed on the floor. Feathers suspended in resin. That's a vibe. Thoughts on this? Original or tacky? This restore has a lot more building materials than I remember, and a much more cluttered layout. I'm still on the hunt for unique bird cages for hanging plants. Not for $60 though. Okay, this hidden mirror is kind of stunning. And priceless. I just saw them bring this out to the floor, so no price yet, but I love the rich dark wood and ornate carvings. Definitely looks old and very special. Okay, let's head back to the van to debrief.
Okay, so that was super interesting. Time for like a little van confessional here. I had so many thoughts while I was in there and I couldn't wait to come out to the van and share them with you. Firstly, I'm continually reminded that when it comes to thrifting, you never really know what they're gonna have and you never really know how the store is gonna be. And so this is just such a different experience today that I had in the store versus the time that I was here last year. I remember very vividly how the store was laid out and how it felt and the type of items that they had. And it was just so different today. They still had some good items, but moreover, I just feel like the layout that they had today was really cluttered and hard to get around, and it just changed the vibe and the energy of the store. Which brings me to number two. We were talking about this at dinner last night, actually, myself and some of the other dancers, about how it can be really hard sometimes when you know a lot about something to then continue to enjoy it. For instance, we were talking about, seeing dance shows, and it's not something that I really enjoy doing anymore. I like doing it because it's sort of an interesting mental exercise, but I don't just like sit back and enjoy dance because I feel like I know too much about how it works and what goes into it and who's involved and all of that. And I feel like with thrifting, it's a little bit that way, where I was trying to just enjoy myself and see what they had. But now that I'm in that critical mindset from the Chicago Thrifting Guide video, I feel like I can't help but be critical of like the way the store is laid out and what they could be doing better to make the store experience more successful. Again, I work in the restore, and so I understand, firstly, the decision making that goes into how the store is going to be laid out constantly, and also that you're not really in control of what inventory is coming in, and so you're constantly in a state of rearranging things in order to keep the store looking fresh and shoppable and clean and all of that. So first of all, kudos to any thrift store that I go to that is keeping a really organized setup, because I know how hard that is on employees to be constantly rearranging things. However, I would have liked to have seen a lot more of that in there because it just felt like a mess, man. Very interesting to be seeing so many Asian antiques today. It reminded me a lot of the pieces that my grandmother has in her house, and I really have a soft spot for them. I think they're really beautiful and ornate and well made and can give a really beautiful sense of detail to a space. So loved seeing those today. But all in all, kind of a weird thrifting day. I feel like the first place that I went that I had no idea what to expect, they definitely had some clutter and some layout issues, but they had the most interesting stuff in my opinion. I feel like there were some things that were surprising, and I like to be surprised. But yeah, this is pretty representative of how an average day of thrifting is for me. It's not every day that I come across some of the amazing things. I go thrifting a lot, hence the things that I've come up with in my space. But I
always enjoy the thrill of the hunt, and I enjoy just seeing what's out there. So thank you so much for coming along with me today. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more thrifting videos, be sure to hit the like button and let me know that you like this video. And if you want to see more DIY content, thrifting, home makeover, renovation stuff coming up, be sure that you're subscribed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.